So good morning everybody. In this section we are going to discuss about one of the main interesting topic in OS, that is memory management. And in this section we are going to discuss the following topics. First of all, we just go through the term swapping. After that, we are going to discuss about memory allocation. Then we are going to discuss segmentation and fragmentation, and then paging, and at the end we are going to discuss demand paging and page replacement algorithm. So now we are going to start our discussion with the term swapping. Swapping is one of the main term in OS. So whenever we switch on our system, we are going to the OS is moving from secondary storage to primary storage. So now the concept is, here we have to consider two important topics: primary storage area and secondary storage area. So we already know that whenever we have switch on system, the process is located in primary memory or first memory. So it is compulsory to execute the process that we are storing inside the primary memory. So now assume that we are with help of priority, so some process want to execute later and some process want to execute now immediately. So at that time we are going to give the importance for the second case. So at that time we are going to exchange the process having low priority from primary memory to secondary storage memory. Then we are going to execute all the high priority process. After that, we are just bring back the low priority process back to the primary memory. Then we are going to start execution. So this concept is known as swapping. The best example for swapping is priority based scheduling. So in this case, we are first of all classify the process into two categories: high priority and low priority. And first of all, we are going to execute the high priority process. Then we are going to execute the low priority process. So that we already discussed. So next is another important concept that is related to memory management is memory allocation. So we already know that in the case of computer system, we have a huge amount of memory. So first of all, we are dividing the memory into two. First is the memory for user process, and second is the memory for OS. That is our operating system. And for doing this, you want to do it in a two-way. First one, fixed size partition, and second one, the variable size partition. Okay. So now we are going to discuss the term fixed size partition. So in this case, assume that we have 1000 kilobytes of available memory. Then we are going to split this available memory into fixed size partition, that is 200 kilo each. So like that. So assume that we have 1000 kilobyte memory, means we are dividing the entire memory into fixed size block having a size of 200 kilobyte. So here, whenever we are storing each process in one partition. So whenever a process comes from user, it is search for an available partition. So the memory is not, assume that the all partitions are free. Then we are going to store that process into in some other or in any fixed size partition. Assume that all partitions are busy, that is all partitions there is no efficient space for locating the process. Then the process is entered into the waiting stage. So whenever a fixed partition is free, then the process is just allocated to that particular partition. Then after the process execution is completed, then again the particular partition is again free, and that is this partition is available for some other process. So another important concept is hold. So assume that each fixed size partition having a size of 200. So assume that when a process came and its size is 150 kilobytes. So here one partition having 200 means, first of all, the process is allocated up to 150, then the remaining 50 kilobyte is free. Then we are calling it as a hold. Okay, so so next is variable size partition. So here the entire partitions are scattered throughout the memory spaces, and then each size having their own size. So for example, assume that we are just taking 1000 kilobyte of memory. So the first partition having a size of 100 kilobyte, and second partition having a size of 200 kilobyte, and third having 300 kilobyte, and fourth having 400 kilobyte. So here, so we are calling the each partition as a whole. So whenever a process came and its size is 50 kilobyte, so it is, first of all, it will just search for that. First it is such that there will be free space available at the 100 kilobyte. Then the 15 kilobyte is allocated to that particular space, and remaining 500 is again entered into a collection of holes. So next is another important topic that we are going to discuss here is, actually we are declassifying this variable size partition mechanism into three, that is first fit, best fit and worst fit. So here assume that a process having a size of 150 kilobytes, but now here we have so many partitions like 100, 200, 300 and 400. So whenever a memory a process came having a size of 150, and first of all it is searched for the partitions. So now we are going to discuss in detail about what we mean by first fit method. So here, first of all we have a 100k kilobyte memory space, but it is not efficient. So it's again come to the second one, that is 200. Now the 1500 kilobyte is allocated to 200 kilobyte. But assume that the size of this process is only 255, then it is allocated to 300. So that is known as first fit. So second one is best fit. Best fit is here we are going to allocate a particular partition, a process with the most efficient method. That is, assume that the size of the partition is 98 or 175, then it is allocated to 200. That is the case of best fit. So only less space is efficient. So it will accomplish more utilization. So assume that it is the worst case. Assume that we have a memory process having a size 100 kilobyte, but it is allocated to the maximum length partition, that is 400. But the main problem is here up to 300 kilobyte is worst. So it is entered into another important method known as fragmentation. So that's about the different mechanisms for variable size partition: best fit, first fit and worst fit. And that's about memory allocation. In next class we are going to see in detail about fragmentation, paging, etc. And if you like this video, just press the subscriber button and share to your friends. Thank you.